This is everything we know about Bella Goth. First introduced as a playable character in The Sims, released for PC on February 4th of 2000, Bella Goth lived in Neighborhood 1 at 5 Sim Lane with her husband Mortimer and their daughter Cassandra. Donning a red dress and black hair, Bella instantly became a fan favorite. At the start of the game, Bella is unemployed, and despite not having any skill points, she enjoys playing piano and painting. She's an adult female, and her zodiac sign is Cancer. Bella has a very strong relationship with her husband Mortimer, with the pair starting with a 100 out of 100 relationship level. She's also friends with her daughter Cassandra, but she doesn't know any other Sims. Her would-be brother Michael Bachelor is also in The Sims, but there's no family tree feature in this game, and there's no in-game lore indicating that the two are related. So it's unclear if developers intended for them to be related at this time. Bella's biography reads, "Elegant and athletic are two qualities that describe Bella. She enjoys a variety of activities from golf to miniature golf." The Sims for console, released in 2003, apparently takes place shortly before the events of The Sims for PC. In this game, Bella Goth can be found living at 5 Sim Avenue in the town of Willville with her husband Mortimer and daughter Cassandra. She has a 90+ relationship with Mortimer and a 20+ relationship with Cassandra. Bella is still wearing her iconic red dress from the PC game, but her hair is now brown instead of black, implying she lightened her hair. She enjoys reading, playing chess, feeding fish, and mourning at tombstones. Michael Bachelor is in the family bin as a playable character, though again, their relationship is not defined. The Sims Bustin' Out is a direct sequel to The Sims for console. Bella Goth returns, and she lives with her husband Mortimer at Goth Manor, but their daughter Cassandra is not in this game. In addition to now having reddish-brown hair, Bella experienced more changes in Bustin' Out, including a new dress, a lighter skin tone, and an entirely different personality. Bella works as a horror movie extra in the movie star career, and she enjoys playing the piano. Her favorite interactions are nagging about friends and telling stories. Before the start of The Sims 2, Bella had a second child, Alexander, and she disappeared, presumably by alien abduction. Bella's appearance more closely resembles her original design. Her hair has returned to its natural black color, and she's back in her iconic red dress. And with the inclusion of family trees in The Sims 2, it's finally revealed that Michael Bachelor is Bella's brother, despite him being dead. Mortimer is now an elder, and he lives at 165 Sim Lane in Pleasant View, along with his son Alexander and daughter Cassandra. Bella's disappearance is a major plot point in the game, and she was last seen at local playboy Don Lothario's condo. Don's memory panel shows that he attempted a romantic interaction with Bella, but she rejected his advances. In a storytelling image, Bella can be seen looking through the telescope at Don's condo, which was presumably the last thing she did before her disappearance. Mortimer, Cassandra, and Alexander all have memories of Bella, including memories of her alien abduction, but they have all aged up to their next life stage since then, meaning when she disappeared, Mortimer was an adult, Cassandra was a teen, and Alexander was a toddler. In the family tree, Bella's face is not grayed out, meaning the game still recognizes her as being alive. This version of Bella, which I'll refer to as Pleasant View Bella, exists in the game files for mechanical reasons, but is not present in gameplay. Although if Alexander goes to university and Mortimer is already deceased, a cutscene will play that shows Pleasant View Bella sending Alexander off. But after that cutscene, she's still missing. But in Strangetown, there's a Sim wandering around that shares Bella Goth's name and likeness, but she's different from the Bella of Pleasant View. We'll call this one Strangetown Bella. Her face is slightly altered, and she is a different character in the game files. But despite these differences, Maxis officially recognizes them as the same character, and the fact that she has no memories of her loved ones or her past life is blamed on alien experiments. Strangetown Bella has a randomized career, and despite what we know about Bella's personality, she's actually very shy here and has no interest in fashion. On The Sims 2's website, there's an interview with Strangetown Bella, where she explains her disappearance and claims to be the same Bella from Pleasantview. She says that she's been seeing a therapist, undergoing hypnotherapy, and reading her diary in an effort to regain her memories. She maintains no memory of her wedding day or her children being born, but she says she remembers loving them. She speaks about Don Lothario being a misunderstood man, and about a life-extending elixir her husband Mortimer was working on just before her abduction. An elixir she claims may have backfired and caused her husband to age more rapidly. She says every time she tries to leave Strangetown and return to her family in Pleasantview, it doesn't work, and she mysteriously ends up back in Strangetown. There are many Bella Goth Easter eggs in The Sims 2 as well, including her photo as a missing person on a milk carton and her appearance in a hot air balloon above Veronaville. In The Sims 2 for PSP, Bella Goth is still in Strangetown, and she's hiding from aliens. She's apparently not very good at keeping secrets, and she wants to sell her home, the Espiritu Estate, because it's haunted by the ghosts of Emily Emery, Nervous Subject, and Dennis Phillips. And she sells her home to the player sim for all of the money that the player has. Dialogue with Bella reveals she never really loved Mortimer. She apparently married him for his money, but stayed for the free premium cable, and she's currently on the run, hiding from the aliens that abducted her. Bella Goth was also on the Facebook app The Sims Social. Bella appeared in the town of Little Haven, a new city set after the events of The Sims 2, and she was found by her neighbor Buddy. She had no memory of what had happened since the night of her abduction. Wanting answers, Bella set off in search of aliens. She discovered that she has a knack for detective work, and she did eventually find aliens, but not the aliens that abducted her. She followed lead after lead for many months, but kept running into dead ends. Eventually, she became frustrated and turned to hypnotherapy instead. And she did manage to uncover many of her memories, including the memory of her abduction, and she wrote everything in her journal as a failsafe in case she should be abducted again and made to forget. At this point, Bella made peace with her new living situation and began to accept Little Haven as her new home. Bella wears her signature red dress, red shoes, and long black hair. She likes Chinese food and wants to be a fashion buyer or a mystery customer for luxury spa resorts, and she wants to visit the Eiffel Tower or the Taj Mahal. She has the socialite personality, and her career is chef. Bella is a tutorial sim and the first neighbor the player sim meets. She's single and lives alone, but the player is unable to romance her as she has a maximum relationship of friendship. The player cannot become best friends or good friends with her, cannot go steady with or fall in love with her, and cannot perform any romantic interactions with her. Bella Goth returns in The Sims 2 for Game Boy Advance, but is back to living with her husband Mortimer and their children Cassandra and Alexander. She appears to have been reunited with her family, but this is never explained in the game, and at the end of each episode, Bella rates the episode according to how many aspiration conversations were completed successfully. In The Sims 3, the timeline starts to get complicated. The different worlds in The Sims 3 each take place at different points on The Sims timeline. The base game world of Sunset Valley takes place decades before the events of previous games. And this is where we find Bella Bachelor, a child who lives with her parents Jocasta and Simus Bachelor and her older brother Michael Bachelor at 12 Sim Lane. She's wearing a red dress because red is her favorite color, and she has hazel eyes, even though previous versions of Bella had brown eyes. Bella Bachelor is best friends with the child Mortimer Goth. Her traits are good, lucky, and brave. She has a gothic aesthetic and has decorated her bedroom with skulls, and she has an interest in the paranormal. She's an elementary school student with good grades, and she has 1 point in painting. Bella has a good relationship with her family and is said to be well behaved. Her bio reads, Bella is probably the best dressed girl you'll ever see. She always looks adorable, fitting around and talking to other kids, adults, and anyone who will listen. Time travel is also a thing in The Sims 3, which leads to some interesting plot points around Bella Goth. There's a book called Where's Bella that appears on a bookcase, and another called Murder in Pleasantview, written by Alexander Goth. despite the game taking place decades before his birth. When playing in the private investigator career, sometimes Sims will remark, "This reminds me of when Bella went missing. I need to keep looking." Though this is clearly a reference to her disappearance in The Sims 2, the in-game explanation is that this is a reference to the book Where's Bella? Where The Sims 3 world of Sunset Valley took place in the past, The Sims 3 store world of Lunar Lakes takes place in the future, on a distant alien planet. Here we can find the grave of Bella Goth. This has been confirmed by Sim Guru Sarah to be the same Bella Goth from The Sims 2 Pleasant View and Strange Town. We don't know how Bella got to Lunar Lakes in the first place, but an argument can be made that the alien she was running from in The Sims 2 for PSP eventually found her and brought her here. Bella spent the remainder of her life as the alien's empress in Lunar Lakes, up until her eventual death. Bella's appearance is vastly different here. She has yellow hair, greenish skin, and a gaunt face, which may be a side effect from living on this alien world, as all of the Sims buried in the Lunar Lakes cemetery have these same features. The Sims Mobile features Bella Goth as an NPC, but the rest of her family is absent. Bella helps the player perform various tasks during the tutorial, and it is possible to build a relationship with her. This version of Bella has green eyes, straight hair, and a red shirt instead of a dress, and she lives in the world of Briny Heights. In The Sims 4, Bella Goth lives in Ophelia Villa in Willow Creek with her husband Mortimer, their teenage daughter Cassandra, and their child Alexander. This version of the Goth family is confirmed to exist in an alternate timeline where Bella was never abducted, though some people do place The Sims 4 on the timeline between The Sims and The Sims 2, which makes sense when you consider the ages of Cassandra, Alexander, and Mortimer in these games. This version of Bella is a young adult, and her husband is an adult. Her traits are good, family-oriented, and romantic, and she has the party animal aspiration. She has skill points in charisma, fitness, and programming, and she works as an intelligence researcher in the secret agent career path. The household bio says Bella sometimes disappears under mysterious circumstances, which is clearly a callback to previous games, but may also be a reference to her career. She's friends with both of her children and sweethearts with Mortimer. In May of 2022, Bella and the Goth family received an official makeover, including new outfits, facial features, and skin tones. Bella in particular received a new hairstyle, eyebrows, and makeup, a new nose, a darker skin tone, and a new red dress for her everyday outfit. According to promotional materials for the High School Years expansion pack, Bella and Mortimer were high school sweethearts who would sneak into each other's houses to be together. Promotional images depicting a teenage Bella bachelor were also released at this time, showing her traits as good and romantic, and her teen aspiration as admired icon. Teen Bella liked the colors black and red, romance music, and polished fashion. Bella Bachelor is quoted in the yearbook saying, "Still haven't met a blonde that's had more fun than me." In addition to the titles in the Sims franchise, Bella Goth has also made appearances in SimCity 4, Sim Golf, and her iconic red dress appears in My Sims as a costume in the changing booth.